Welcome to our presentation on doing the P.R.A.Y program at home. This presentation is specifically for parents and guardians who are planning on working at home with their own children. And what we talk about today will apply to all levels of the P.R.A.Y series. My name is Debbie Hayeswood. I'm part of the P.R.A.Y staff. In this video, we'll be talking specifically about the general guidelines for completing the P.R.A.Y program at home. I just want to increase your comfort level with the idea that you can serve as counselor to your own children. This is an uncertain time, and we believe here at P.R.A.Y that as people of faith, we need to model the certainty of our faith, and we need to show that God is indeed our refuge and strength. Doing a program at home, God in me, God in family, God in church, and God in life. When you work with your children, it's going to help anchor your family. It's going to encourage discussion on faith. It's going to help each other know what you're all feeling. And I always felt that when you're sharing in a family activity, when you're doing something together, whether that's chores, cooking dinner, walking the dog, when you share in an activity, then you're going to have that more natural conversation. You're going to find yourselves in these spontaneous discussions on meaningful topics. And so I think it's a whole lot easier to say, let's go finish pages 9 and 10 in the student workbook than it is to say, all right, let's sit down. Let's talk about your prayer life. How are you doing? How are you coping? And so I think the P.R.A.Y program can play an important role at this time. We have always recognized that parents are responsible for the faith formation of their own children. Completing a P.R.A.Y program at home is ideal. It's not settling for something less. It's not going to plan B. We all like having a class with a set schedule where we go to church and attend guided me classes, for example. But doing it at home has always been ideal, and that's why we want to come alongside you at this time and offer resources and tools to help you. We want to talk about 3 guidelines when you're doing a P.R.A.Y program. One, you need the books. Your child needs the student workbook, and you as the parent need the counselor's manual. The student workbook has all the Bible lessons, has all the requirements, it has the projects, it has everything that they need to complete in order to earn the P.R.A.Y badge, the P.R.A.Y medal. The counselor's manual, that's the teaching guide. It has the answers. It has a sample schedule. It has discussion helps, additional questions. It has handouts in the back, but it has the answers. So if you're a little unsure, you know what? That's what the counselor's manual is there for. It's to guide you as you answer the questions with your child. There is a 3rd book, the Adult Mentor Workbook, and that's an optional program for parents. And that's if you want to do a Bible study at your own adult level. You'll be reading the same scripture your child is reading, but it's for your own enrichment. So the difference between a counselor's manual, it's the teacher's guide versus the Adult Mentor Workbook. That's a workbook for you to be a student doing Bible study. 2nd guideline is you need to contact your pastor. Doing the award at home does not mean you bypass the church. We've always said that if you want to earn your church award, you need to connect with the church, and that means contacting your pastor before you begin. We have an email in our resource library that can help you do it. It basically explains that you as a parent will be serving as a counselor, teaching your child at home, but that the final review, the final interview, must be done by the pastor or someone appointed by the pastor, like a youth minister, Sunday school teacher, deacon, etc. Final review can be done by Zoom or any other kind of video chat. And don't forget that our online resource library will have sample questions to do a final review, questions that the pastor can ask your child. So even though you're connecting with the church, please note that the P.R.A.Y award does not require you to have official membership in a church, but you will have to connect with the pastor before you begin and do a final interview with the pastor. 3rd thing we want to mention is that the P.R.A.Y resource library. If you go to our homepage, praypub.org, on our homepage you're going to see resource library. If you hover on that, click on documents and resources. You'll be able to sort it. Click on God and Family, and boof, all these resources pop up, and they're categorized by God and Family Lesson 1, Lesson 2, Lesson 3. It's going to be very helpful to you. In closing, maybe earning a religious word has always been on your to-do list, so now is the perfect time. Not only will you check something off your to-do list, but you're going to be anchoring your family. You're going to be anchoring your child in faith, and something so important at this time. We've heard kids say, they've written it on the forms, and we've read them here in the office, that all I wanted was that shiny gold medal, and yet I ended up getting a whole lot more. And that's our prayer for you today, that as you participate in the P.R.A.Y program, may you get a whole lot more than just something to wear on a scouting uniform. We're going to be making other presentations on the different levels of the P.R.A.Y programs. Hope to see you then. Thanks.